So here in Iowa, we are waiting for the finalized ballot for the November election. The Secretary of State has not certified the ballot as of yet. It was supposed to have been done September 3rd. That date had been put on hold by a judge pending the outcome of a trial to determine the fate of three Libertarian candidates. Now, these three Libertarian candidates were trying to get on the ballot, and the Republican Party had objected, saying they weren't nominated correctly, and uh, an election panel had ruled that the Republican Party was correct, that they were not nominated properly. Well, what was the problem with their nomination? The whole thing has to do with their conventions. There was supposed to be a precinct convention where the delegates get nominated to go to the county convention, and then at the county convention, they nominate the candidates. Well, the Libertarian Party did it all in one day. Um, in a couple of instances, or they didn't do it at all. Well, because they didn't wait at least one full day from precinct convention to county convention, as Iowa law says, your term as a delegate for a party doesn't begin until the day after you've been nominated. Effectively, the county conventions were invalid, and therefore this judge has now ruled that the Libertarian candidates will not be on the ballot. So we are waiting to see if this gets appealed to the Iowa Supreme Court. It may in the next couple of days, but the longer they wait, the longer we have to wait for them to print ballots. And this could be messy, and we could end up in a situation where the ballots have already been printed and they appeal and they should have been on the ballot. We will see how that works out. But this is part of why when I say voting third party doesn't really work. When you vote for like a Libertarian presidential candidate, they don't have support down ballot. I believe there is one position held nationwide in a state legislature somewhere that is held by a Libertarian, because it is so hard to get on the ballot. You know, here in Iowa, if they would have done things right, we would have had three candidates statewide, but that's still not a lot. Even if all three would have won their seats, that's only three compared to the split between the Republicans and the Democrats. And then you have other parties trying to keep them out, like the Republicans in this case, trying to keep these three Libertarians off the ballot because they're afraid that having the Libertarian on the ballot will steal votes from the Republican Party. So if you really want to elect a third party candidate, we need to get out and vote and push for more third party candidates at the lower levels. Now, I'm not necessarily advocating for a third party. I'm just saying if you are in support of a third party, that is what you would have to do, and start getting support in the state houses and maybe winning, some House representative seats or some senator positions, some Senate seats nationwide in order to get a foothold before going for everything and trying to win the presidency. But we will see what happens here in Iowa with this. And if they ultimately end up on the ballot, I don't think they will. I don't know, with it being so close to the election now, if the Iowa Supreme Court would even take this up.